You here. This is for all the losses, all the gangster girls. Just remember, Buzzcocks loves it. All the losses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low horse. Walls and break out with you, big all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. I met this lass from Whitley Bay. I took her to me house cause she wanted to play. She was like, "Wow, you're pure Raj." I was like, "Yeah, let her see your fudge." Cooks and tellers, you always broke back. But he said you didn't like it when he made your neckies walk. Gangster, gangster, I'm a pure lover. I wear the fucking wrong cause I think I know your mother. She used to be a dinner nanny at the high school. I think I made her put her, so that's kinda cool. She said, "Well, that's pure course. You can come back to mine cause you're proper loose." Well, I didn't stop rocking till the break of dawn. Now I take the fucking lot on my mobile phone. She was like, "Well, didn't show you mirrors." I was like, "Course I won't, man." All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low horse. Walls and take out with you, big all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. Well, yeah, I met a lass from Walker Gate. She had a top-notch funny, there was no debate. She had no front teeth, but she was better. I took her for a date at me local bush seller. I left her slips on me Spectra Gold. After a few minutes, her legs started to unfold. She ripped off her niggas like Hulk Hogan. I was like, "Well, you're pure smoking." I've never met a lass like her before who loved getting rooked on a bus stop floor. She said I'm not the first and I won't be the last, so I thought, well, fuck it, I think I'll have a blast. So I'm halfway through and she starts going crackers, shouting out stuff like I'm gonna eat your knackers. She wanted me Benz, but I thought, fuck that, so I pulled out me knob and blotted on her back. All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low horse. Walls and break out with you, big all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. Oh well then lasses, let's see who's all up on the dance floor. Flush your gear for the lads. I am talking you over there in the corner. And you know, you're good looking, you're good looking, you're good looking. But you over there, you're ugly, but I'll still raise you. All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low horse. Walls and break out with you, big all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're...
Big up the Buzzcocks, respect. Are we all doing? Yeah, boy. Gadgies all over the place. Are you full of gadgies, man? Big up the gadgies. You know what it is? I've just had a mini breakdown there because you know me diamond studded glasses. With us moving, I think it was actually before. It was actually before the big move, yeah. I misplaced them, and obviously, I haven't even got them insured. But I have seen them somewhere in the house, and I've just had a mad 5 minutes there checking all the usual places. But still can't find them, so we're gonna have to go with we're going way back to the old school. Not even my glasses, these. Let's see what gadgets we've got in. Yes, we have the Northern King was the first one in, although he's probably gone now, setting his camera up for tonight's sunset shot there over Durham. We've got the Batty himself. Big up the Batty. That is Dave Smithers. Nos Dog in green there. Big up the Nos Dog. Nutter. Up the Butter Nutter. Well, I might have to change it up the... I'm not going to tell you what the local team is, but he is a non-league local team, right? The ground is about 400 yards from here. Now, obviously, the season's finished, but I am going to talk the daughter and we're going to start supporting them because I've been wanting to go. I've been saying we'll go and support a local team. Obviously, we've got one round the corner there. I think I think she went. The daughter went with the friends last year, and I think it was £2, £2 to get in. You know, to support your local team. So I might reveal it at some point, but might just keep it in suspenders. Big up Stevie Boy, one of the original gadgets there. Hope everyone's all right. Slim Reaper smashed loads of pasties there in his time. Gav B's definitely been smashing the pasties. No doubt about it. Fax has been smashing the pasties. I think he's just getting over the weekend, aren't you, mate? Tell you why, because I know we know Fact likes to burn the candle at both ends, yeah. And though he's in most days, but I did notice a lack of facto vacation yesterday. But I also noticed, because I'm very, you know, I always have an eye on things. But you doing a bit of babysitting, weren't you? In fact, doing a bit of, doing a little bit of babysitting over the weekend, weren't you? Maybe you're getting over that as well, mate. Looking after his friends' kids or something. I hope I haven't got that wrong, by the way. Yeah, so this was Turd Tuesday, yeah? I don't believe anyone's got the rights on Turd Tuesday. So we're going to claim that one. I've just got a few hours spare, you know, like, you know, I'm not working at the minute. And getting used to me permanent surroundings. So there's only me and the pooch, who has been really good lately. Like the pooch, I'll be honest. Absolutely destroyed. You know, when you get a dog, when you buy your dog a new little toy or something. I think there's a lot of us that got dogs. Yeah, don't Dave? Do you buy Big Bear any sort of like little chewy things? And it says great for dental for your dog for dental chews. Swear down, you're lucky if they last like an hour. An hour with her, and she's totally destroyed it. Like there was only one toy I told Louise last night with my old dog Boxer. She used to destroy everything within like 5 minutes, like new balls and that would just be wrecked. But I bought this pink snake, right? It sounds funny, right? It was a pink snake. It was about 2 foot long, but it was made of this rubber. It was like a dildo, yeah. It looked like a dildo. It was like dildo material. Really hard rubber, but a little bit slippy. She couldn't do now with it, man. She couldn't even put a teeth mark in it. The best £3 from Home Bargains they ever spent. Like I haven't seen one since. Get off, Dave. Yeah, man. 100%, mate. 100%. Yeah, Turd Tuesday. So they had a little lie in. Looked out the window. It was grey, raining, and quiet. Had a bit of dinner. Louise came home for 20 minutes for a dinner. Not that she even has time for any dinner. Hi, Stay, how you doing, matey? Stevie Boy, how you doing? Not even that she has time for any dinner, but that broke the afternoon up a little bit. I thought, right, got a few hours. So just come on and talk about shite. Like you do. It's definitely a gadget zone in here, like, isn't it? All of them. Just a little read, yeah. What has been going on anyway? You know what? I'll stick a link out, right? You don't know if anyone wants to come on for a daft chat, you know what I mean? Terrorise you, mate. They do, don't they? Honestly, man. Yeah, so I'm going to put this link in the chat, and I've got a few mods in there. If you want to put it out randomly, because I'm so lazy. Anyone wants to jump on, like, just for any type of banter? You say I have loads of ideas, you know, when you just sat here, like watching the telly or whatever, which I'm doing a lot of it. I think you should, yeah. Yeah, you know, and loads of like mad ideas come here and that. Oh, there's always something going on. Does anyone do does anyone do car boot sales? Has anyone ever done a car booty or do they like go to the car boot sale? Mm. Say my one and only, I think I've mentioned it before, my one and only experience of car boot sale was my mate. And I remember he had loads of stuff. And like I stood with him for a little bit and like the people that go to cab, the people that go like some of them, yeah, you'll get like I don't know, do you put prices on it? Or do you just like have a price in your head and walk past and say, oh, how much for that? And do you just come up with the price or whatever? But my mate was like, someone would say, how much for that picture there? And he'd say, oh, £1. And like a pound in it. But then that person would say, will you accept 20 pence? Will you accept 20p? And I was like, oh, wait, you know what I mean? I was getting a picture there. It was probably a £5, £10 picture for like £1. Will you accept 20p? I don't know if that's probably the norm, isn't it? But I went off for a walk, you know, for a little mooch around. And I think there was like a burger stand there and wherever. Well, it wasn't a massive car boot. But I come back about an hour later and my mate only had one thing left. And I said, fucking hell, how have you sold all that? He says, oh no, yeah. He says, I just can't get rid of this travel iron. I said, fucking travel iron. She said, yeah, travel iron here. I looked at it, right? It wasn't even a travel iron, right? It was an automatic whisk, you know, without the whisk bits on. He thought it was a fucking travel iron. No wonder he didn't fucking sell it. But why I mentioned them is because there's quite a good one a mile up the road from here. And you know, when you have a move and that, you always try and get rid of a load of junk. And I have left in the garage where I've just left. I've left loads of stuff in there, you know. You know, you can't. There's no room for sentiment when you move out. You've got to just you look at things and you think, I haven't used it or I haven't needed it for 10 years. Why do I need it now? It's pure sentiment, isn't it? So I just left it. To somebody else, could be treasure, couldn't it? That's what they say. All right, Mick lad, pick up the Mick Johnson there. Yeah, so I have now got. I've got a big box over there with random stuff in. Yeah, there's a few pictures and that were hanging in the flat. There is. Well, I've got a little CD stacking system that it's quite good as well. You know, it's old school, but it's quite nice. I don't know how much. Do people sell electrical stuff like that? I've got a coffee maker, brand new. I've got a blender, you know. It's not a Ninja, it's a bit earlier than the Ninja, like with like a glass thing. Like I've got it when I was on going to the gym, you know, make protein shakes and that. I've got that, which is practically brand new. I've got a TV. You don't see many of these about, right? It's I think it's bigger than a portable, obviously flat screen, yeah, but it's got a CD. You know, you don't see them anymore. You know, CD in the side where you put, DVD. Put DVDs in the side of the telly. You don't get them anymore. Do you have one of them that works perfect? Don't know how much they go for. I've got a microphone that was on my setup back in the other studio. There was like a muffle thing on it with a big microphone head, what clips onto things and bends and all that. You know what they have in the studios and that. So one of them. Loads of little knickknacks and that. So this Sunday, weather permitting, I'll be doing my first ever car boot sale. 120 sniffs. Oh, I'll tell you what, Mick. I've only ever had bad experiences with eBay and Gumtree, right? Now, you should have seen the carry on. I did leave it a bit late, right? It's like me. I leave everything at the last minute, right? I'm hooks organisation. So I left a three-seater next settee, a two-seater that was practically brand new, right? A couple of £100. A leather two-seater that was decent. A computer desk with drawers and everything that was not wrong with it. So it ended up a week before I had to be out. It was Louise that sorted it. She put it on Facebook. You know, Facebook where you sell stuff. And what was it? I sold a mini fridge as well. But honestly, what a carry on, man. Louise had a week of stress, right, with people. You know, like I think I was only asking about £30 for the settees at the end. It was like would have done somebody like it was just getting a flat or anything. You could let your dog lay on it or anything for £30. And honestly, the hassle of people saying, "Oh yeah, I want it when you win." The amount of times we arranged for people to come round that just didn't turn up. I want it. Didn't turn up. Can't turn up. Something's come up at work. Fucking hell, man. In the end, we sold a weight bench with a barbell with weights and 2 dumbbells. A lad come for that. And I sold a mini fridge, which was brand new. What else did I sell? Well, I think that might have been it. Yeah, but you get paid, that's what people do for a living, don't they? Can you remember a lad who used to go on, Mick, you might remember him, and you, Slim. Can you remember that lad? What was he called? He used to do car booties and he had a little shop. He used to go on Pablo's. He used to go and fight trolls. Was it Steptoe and Mum? Remember him? Where's he gone? That's what he used to do, didn't he? He used to go around car booties and that. Snake bite. What do you reckon? Steptoe and Mum on it, fact. What do you think about snake bite, fact? Funny little story, funny little thing. So I'm thinking of a name to call this today. Yeah, this lad. Because I was doing a snake bite, I might have put something in the description about it. Oh, he's still on, is he? Get up. Anyone who can find his link, Steptoe and Mum. I liked him. Yeah, so snake bite. I'm looking for a snake on the emojis, you know, on YouTube, the little emojis. Has anyone else tried to put what is the snake? It's green, right? You click on it, all it is a little squirrely thing with the head and like the tongue. But when you click on it, it's coming up as a fucking duck. It was a duck. Honestly, mate, I told her why, right? It's just a habit. Yes, T1, how we doing, mate? We got the T1 there. That one, right? Is that right? I used to watch that. Is that a duck? when I was pressing it was coming up as a fucking duck. Oh, Diesel, yeah, back in the day. I can remember Diesel. Oh, cheers, Slim, lad. Nice one, mate. We'll get on that one. Get on that, people. He was a good laugh, this kid. He's only a young lad, but he used to go to car booties. He had a little, like, second-hand shop on it. Yeah, man, you got to get the snakies. I've just been to the local shop there. We've got 10 cans of... this is only because it's on offer, yeah, because I don't have a preferred drink. Is it a snake? Man must be just a fucking thing. Man's coming up as a duck, I swear down. He does rap as well. I was going to mention that. Good memory, you, mate. Towards the end of because he just stopped going on fighting trolls. I don't know why it was. Wasn't he going to have a fight on 3D as well? Sure, he was going to have a fight on 3D, wasn't he? He was looking for a fight. I'm going to get on him. Is he still putting content out there, is he? Yeah, Diesel, right? So when we used to go out, used to be a Thursday, when we used to go like students Thursday night. Can anyone remember when Carlin brought this drink out? Carlin Premier it was. Carlin Premier. It was like a mixture of it was in between lager and beer. Oh, it was probably nice. Used to get a dead thick head on it. We used to have diesel, but made with that. And it used to blow your head off. Absolutely blow your head off. Was what it did. They just stop making it? Like, what? Could be, mate. Could be. Or it might just be my phone, because the new phones. There was a new load of emojis come out, wasn't there? And I think that even my tablet, what I'm using now, even though it's brand new. Emily, how are you doing? Full of gadgets in here today, Emily, but they're all legends. I think you know them all, so you'll be all right in here, man. Yeah, it was definitely stronger than Carlin, wasn't it? It was about 5% or something, wasn't it? We always used to have about 3 or 4 pints of that in our local. That was it, man. Well on your way. Tungsten steel. Gabby, I bet you had some bad drinks back in your day, didn't you? But Gabby just mixes it. Gabby used to do top shelfers and that, didn't he? When it was like your 18th and you'd go in the pub, and you'd be like, have all your high pressure pulling gear on, wouldn't you? Right, lads, my birthday, and then just buy you a top shelfer, which is just absolutely disgusting, just a shot of everything, and made you drink it, and that was your night over with, wasn't it? Before you even got out the local. Going home with like one shoe in there. Yeah, Fax definitely had that before. Like it went down like a pint of John Smith Smooth, didn't it? Yeah, so this one, the last few times I've been to the local there, they've had this brew dog, it's called. Oh, no. Let me show you what it is. It is brew dog. It's this stuff, yeah. Has anyone seen this stuff? Sorry about the light. Decent. 10 cans of that, yeah. 440ml cans. 4.5%. Tenner. Tenner for 10 cans of that. Decent, man. It's got like a, I don't know what the selling point is. The world's first carbon negative beer, whatever that means. Carbon negative. Mick Johnson, you must be a beer expert, mate. What goes there? What's everyone drinking like? What's everyone drinking these days? Because you know what's really blew up now? Everyone likes vodka, don't they, and gin. I mean, gin. I've never been a gin drinker. All I ever knew about gin, right, was it's called Mother's Ruin, is it? They always got told that it just made you cry, you know, when you got too drunk on it, it made you cry. But now they've totally, just with some good marketing and stuff, and all these different flavours, they've done it with vodka as well, haven't they? Who has normal vodka anymore? It's like cherry vodka, raspberry vodka. It just looks better in the bottle, doesn't it? Smirnoff, they're all on it. But what's carbon negative? Something about planting trees every time they make a, hang on, made at our carbon negative brewery using a third less water, powered by wind turbines. The Lost Forest in the Scottish Highlands is our big reforestation plan to help create a carbon clean planet. Is it made in Scotland, right? No. Something about Scotland there, like. United we stand for better beer, fiercely defiant and independent. Okay, then, bro. What do they call that? What's that one with Guinness and something? Black Velvet or something? I used to like a Newty Brown as well. Still do like Newty Brown, but it's got to be freezing cold. I think the Newty Browns still have like a little label on them now, don't they? You know, where it goes a little star in it, where it goes blue and it's ready, it's at the right temperature or something. Gin makes you cry, brandy makes you randy. Cry and gin don't really rhyme. It should be gin makes you grin. Emily, don't try it, mate. Stay away from it, man. It's all bad. Foster's, yeah. You know what? You know what's just come out? You know what I seen the other day? Remember the old Foster's adverts with them two fellas? Them two fellas were sat in a bar in Australia or somewhere. Good eye, mate. Good eye. And they answer the phone. It's somebody from England with a problem, like it's at a party or something. And proper funny. I haven't seen it for years, but it was on the telly the other day. Yeah, so I've got a few hours here today, right? But one thing I have to do today, which I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to it, but I don't have much hope for it. So the daughter went out yesterday with the friends when she coming from school. She has her own key, you know, for the front door. What age do you give your kids a key? You know, don't it's not like she's not a latch, what they called, a latch something kid. You know, where there's 99% of 99 times out of somebody in the house, you know, but because I might have been going out yesterday, the mum wasn't in from work. She took a key out with her. Anyway, she's managed to lose it. She's lost her front door key. So obviously, the mum wasn't too happy about that. Yes, Monk, how you doing, brother? Big up yourself, Monk. Just having a quick hour and a half. I didn't see Tim Smith was on as well. That he must have put that up late. I thought he was on holiday, Tim. But yeah, she's lost the key. It was on a little, it's a Yale key with, it's on a little, I believe it's a lamb or a sheep key ring. So Mum was like, you better find it. Anyway, she couldn't find it. So we have the task of when she comes in from school, we've got to go and retrace the steps, see if we can find it. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yes, howl ahead, what you saying, brother? No false advertising here, brother. Here he is, the king of the live streams, Mr. PTC. How many goals have you had today, Paul? You think he's had 3 goals today? Anyone who didn't see his first live, we've all been there on doing our first StreamYard lives. Never perfect, mate. But you do look back on them later on and laugh. You know what I mean? But I think I missed 2 of your attempts. But I'm sure Louise said, "Oh, there's another attempt, the 3rd attempt or something." But I'll have to have a look back on that. When you get good at it, though, Paul, you'll be able to premiere it. You know, so give us a few hours' notice. Well, he's been disappeared, hasn't he? Disappeared for a few days, Tim. You know what I mean? He was getting the withdrawal symptoms, man. He said, I noticed the other day, but you know, when you go on your recommended, when you're YouTube and it tells you who's on, and I was going up and it was Tim Smith, Tim Smith, Tim Smith. I was like, what the fuck? And he had all his lives all scheduled for the next like 4 days, morning, afternoon, and night. Then he hasn't fucking turned up for any of them. Absolute batty fish. Absolute batty fish. Hardware problems. See, hardware to me is the DIY shop. That's hardware to me. You get the key when 11. Yeah. What did they used to call them? Latch door kids or something, didn't they? You know, where they used to have the string with the key hanging down at the inside the letterbox, and where it was kids who come home from school and the mums and dads were never there, wasn't it? It's pretty easy though, Paul, when you get used to it, mate. I don't think it's any secret. I think Tim's been a romancing, hasn't he? Been a little been chancing and romancing these last few days. Sorry, Tim, if nobody knew that, mate, but it was out there. Oh, I wish, mate. There wouldn't be a problem there, like that wouldn't be a problem. So just before I come on, I remembered yesterday I put this post up. Yeah, you know, I'm a bit of a golfer, yeah. And I know you people. There's a few people in the chat who like to bet. You know, it's full of gadgets. We all like to bet, don't we? So, and I've been watching the golf tournaments in America. You know, over the last few weekends, the US Open, and then one on last week. Well, there's one on every week. But I noticed the amount of hole-in-ones at the US Open. There was 3 hole-in-ones on the same hole. So I've been meaning to look at the odds and that for it. And anyway, I just Googled, like I clicked on the Alexa thing and I said, what are the odds for a hole in one? And it come up, if anyone hasn't seen the community post, it was something like, according to Google, the odds for a amateur golfer to get a hole in one was 12,500 to 1, right? For a middle handicap player or a decent player, it was 5,000 to 1. And for a professional to get a hole in one, according to Google, it was 2,500 to 1, right? So I thought that was a bit crazy. So especially with the being like 3, and then there was one at a time at the last tournament as well. One that I know of, there might have been more. So I put that post up and it got a few comments, and one of them was from it's the first time he's ever commented on my stuff, Mark Kelly. I know Mark's got like a decent following, like didn't even know he was sub to me. And he said, "Oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this video, this clip about these two fellas in the 90s who rinsed a load of bookies in England over the hole in one bet?" And basically, I'll quickly tell you the story. When back in the day in the 90s, when people only betted on horses and greyhounds and maybe football, before football bet really took off, people didn't used to bet on. You didn't get betting on any other sports. You know, it wasn't a big thing. So when the bookies started introducing betting on golf and whatever, these two fellas had the noggin to like realise that there was some money to be made in this hole in one thing. The big bookies, the likes of Ladbrokes and all that, unbelievably, right? The odds they were giving in the 90s was evens, which is ridiculous when you think Google said it was 2,500 to 1 for a professional to get a hole in one, which is too much. But evens, if you're a betting man, evens, it evens. If you like the bet, it's not going to excite you much, is it? Unless you've got £1 million for it. Yes, Cindy, how you doing? Unbelievably, Cindy, we are on about golf, but only for a minute. So these two fellas, it's gone round all the independent bookies, you know, the little independent ones all over the country, and they hadn't really cottoned on to the hole in one thing. And they were getting odds of like in between 10 to 1, and the most I think was 50 to 1. So they were going around the country putting £20 on tenors, you know, just staying under the radar. And they absolutely made millions. They made millions. The names are out there. Paul Simmons and John Carter, I think they were called. King, have you been watching him? Man, that man has just gone right up in my estimations, like Danny G. Honestly, anyone who forget about if you like him or not, because I was the same. I just couldn't work the fella out, but I've sussed him out now. But his golfing videos are unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. I can't even explain. You've just got to go watch it, man. Yeah, you know what? Even at even money, right? If you've got a few quid, we'd have to have a look at the stats. You'd have to have a look at the stats for any of the the PGA Tour, right? How many hole in ones? But I'm guessing that there's be at least one every tournament. I mean, that's what they're aiming for, and they're on a par 3. But what they were doing, that was the trick. What they were doing, they took it one step further, and this is where the odds went up. They were going in the independent bookies and telling them which hole they were going to get a hole in one on as well, which is like saying you're going to get the first goal scorer, and you're going to tell them what section of the match they're going to get the ball in. Odds just fly up. That's what they were doing. They were saying there's going to be a hole in one on the 7th. Well, you've got 4 par 3s on the course. So they were just going round, swapping them round, and they were clearing up. I don't know. I think yeah, mate. Getting there, bro. Getting there. Good to see you, though, mate. Good to see you always there. Out Tay Road there from the valleys. Yeah, I am. I'm not really a betting man. I've been through it all. I've done the betting thing. I've lost. I went from being somebody who put a few quid on a Saturday on a coupon, a fiver. If I lost, I wouldn't talk to anyone for a day. Be like, I can't believe I've lost a fiver on the football. I went from that to, I think that the worst point of it, this was all on credit cards as well, online. The worst point I was putting like £150 doubles on football games in the middle of the night from the other side of the world, betting on NBA, baseball, things I never even knew about, massive accumulators. And I think I ran 2 credit cards out, over 20 grand. This was a long time ago, like, long time ago. It easily get you, man. Them golf games on the computers, the best one I ever played, right? And I was totally addicted to it. Was on the Wii. Remember the Wii? Where you had to, I think it was from Nintendo, wasn't it? Where you had to put the strap on your hand. Everyone played the bowling, didn't they? Which it was good. And the boxing where you had the two punch things. But you had to be fit. But the golf game, right? The Tiger Woods golf game on that, I can remember devastated that I had to go to work on the morning. And all I thought about all day was getting in, playing on this game. I'd get in from work. I wouldn't even take the work stuff off, get the telly on. Right, this is it. And I thought I was good at it, right? I'd been on it that long. I built up this great set of golf clubs and that. I had all the best power on everything and I knew what I was doing. So I thought I'm going to go at the next level. So I went online. I went online to play against people, all over the world. I thought, I'm ready for this. So I clicked on it, right? You've been paired with this fella in America or something. On the first hole, right? I hit a decent drive. Next fella's shot, fucking puts it about 4 foot from the hole on a par 4 and got an eagle. And it just went downhill from there. He beat me by about 20 shots. So I never played it again. Yes, OG, how are you doing? Fucking hell, there's a blasty from the pasty. Fucking hell, thingy will be in next, OG. Stallone Roses, he'll pop up in a minute. Fucking hell, man. Good to see you though, mate. Oh, did somebody mention my name? Have you seen my name pop up somewhere, OG? Is this down to Cindy and Jaleese? Because we were on about the Scottish. We were on about the Scottish lot the other day, and I was saying how we all used to have a good laugh, didn't we? On the pod refs, and then it all fucking, when he went, we all separated. Shuggy. Shuggy was another one. I think Shuggy's got quite a decent channel on, hasn't he? Oh, on the king. That's because I keep shouting up his sunset pictures, OG. Have you seen them, mate? He's like, yeah. I need to know who a really good photographer is, That's what I'm going to start calling TNK. Like, did you know OG sends his sunset pictures into the Northern Echo? Trying to get him on me, trying to get a little section going. Yeah, man, no wars here with the Scottish. Yeah, there was OG, Shuggy. There was obviously there was Eddie, who was still talking, and there was Stallone Roses, who I haven't seen for ages. Don't even know if it's still out there, you know. Yes, Phil, how you doing, my mate? Hope everything's all right, bro. I know. I'm not even going to try and hide it. It is snake bite, though. I must be getting a few. I must be getting a few brownie points for snake bite. It's 2:15 in the afternoon, even though it is with a straw. Because of this bit as well, look, getting away with that as well, aren't I? Oh, he's still doing a bit of grafting, is he, old Stallone? We all like them, man. We all like them. There's somebody's trying to copy him as well. I don't know whether it's Nostog, is it you? You've started a trend off King, because I'm sure Nostog's put a couple of pictures up. And, I mean, they're not up to your standards, fella. You know, but you've started a trend off, like. Nostog's in here, or he was. Pretty sure it's Nostog's community post. He's put a few sunset pictures up. But what I noticed, go and have a look at them, yeah? Or if anyone can find them, share them, right? It's got this red sky, but there's a tree or something there, and it looks like a big cock on the left-hand side of the picture. He won't be happy with that. Yes, this, that. Big up the this, that. Big up the blue noses. Full of gadgets in here, you know. We've ran all the women off, man. This is definitely becoming the gadget channel. Oh no, she's there. We've got one. Do you think she heard them when I said full of gadgets, and she just popped up to spoil me moment? Yeah, man, we're all good this, that. I don't know. I don't see it in much now, this, that, I'll be honest. I think you used to go in banters, didn't you? But banter hasn't been on much. But yeah, man, this, that is 100% gadget there. I don't know what part of the world. Are you back in Cyprus now, mate? I know you've been you were in the old man, weren't you? I think it was. Julie's, was it you who put them sticker things up? You put that post up where who remembers these? Was it it was a panini in a gold packet, wasn't it? I think it was 1981. Because my pride and joy, right? I haven't got it here. You said that, man. Because the World Cup, my pride and joy, and I've actually mislaid it at the minute, and I'm hoping it's in my mum and dad's loft, right? I know it's in this suitcase, right, with loads of stuff from when I was at school, loads of school books and that. It's the World Cup 1982 from Spain, España. It's green. I'm 100% sure it's green, right? And it's full. The book's full of every team from the World Cup. 1982 was España. But that one you had, I'm sure it said 1991. I thought, that can't be the World Cup though, because there's no World Cup in 1981. But yeah, if it was you, or it was Cindy, because with us moving, right, I was in the garage, and I said early on that, you know, sentimental, I was opening boxes and they had like CDs, and I've left about a box with about 100 CDs in, and the box had got a bit mushy, and there was a lot of dust and probably a few spiders in there, so I just left it, because let's face it, no one plays CDs anymore, do they? Oh, this, that, mate, I know it's worth money, mate, but going back to Cindy's post, she's not in here, right? But what I wasn't going to give away or what I wasn't going to was this box, yeah. So this box was stuck in the corner of my garage, right? Looking at my gaffer tape on it, and it was slightly open like that. And it's a good job it was open because I might have just left it, right? You've been to the Phil Graham School of Jokery, haven't you? So what we've got in this box, people, right? Let me have a look. Let's have a look. So these, right? These are one step up from. Well, they're a couple of step ups from the Panini stickers. The likes of this. There's one for you. We all know that fella, don't we? Probably one of the most famous Italian, won everything, Annie. So you've got them stickers, yeah, which you got or you still get in a pack of 6. I think you get 6 stickers. Now I can remember in 1982, I was 9-year-old, right? I spent a lot of time in Nan and Grandad's. And I think my granddad was just as he wanted to finish this book. You know, we watched the World Cup and all that together. Every time he went to the shop, it would be like he'd bring me a few packets back. I think there were 10 pence back then, right? 10 pence. Might have been 15 for 6 stickers like that. And you know that when you get towards the end of the book, you get swaps, don't you? Get swaps. Not even going to lie, right? I mean, not even going to lie, right? Right. So these are all stickers, these, right? These are all stickers. These are from can you see that? These are from Euro 2016, these, right? These are all swaps because I filled the book. I think I filled 2 of them. Because instead of having loads of swaps, right, what I realised was, why don't I just buy another book? Why don't I just buy another book, yeah? I tell you what, you'll get on all right in here, OG. Honestly, you get a lot of respect for a comment like that. So my thinking was, why have I got all these swaps? Why don't I just get another book and fill that as well? So from every tournament, because I did have a little gap, I went from 1982 World Cup in Spain, filling that one. Then I didn't buy another Panini book till strangely in my 40s, yeah. And I've got every big tournament from 2016, European World Cup. I've got them all. They're all full, right? But that's just half of it, right? They're just a few. That brown box, right, is full of them, right? Now, if you think about it, it would now. I think for the latest World Cup or the Premier League, I've got Premier League ones as well. Just for them is £1 for 6 stickers, right? So you think how much money is there? But these bad boys, right? These are even more expensive. These are what tournament's that? Tournament is that? Anyone who knows anything, Adrenaline XL cards, right? Sorry if I've missed anyone in the chat. I'm just getting carried away with me kiddie stickers and cards. Vanda, how are you doing? Anne-Marie, pick up yourself. There's Cindy. Cindy, did you just see all them, mate? You know, you showed them stickers up. Stickers, yeah? Mate, I've got about 1,000 of them, right? These are from Euro 2016 in France, yeah? But like I said, if you think they're worth money, right, then how much are all these worth? These are all perfect condition, right? And I've got the boat. These are all spares, swaps. I've already filled 2 of these books, you know, the actual albums where you slot the cards in. The full. These were £1 for about 4 cards. Even got gold ones, man. Goldies, remember when you got a shiny? You were well chuffed with a shiny, weren't you? Looks like me, that, when I was playing. Just so you can see, right? We'll probably end up chipping them all out. So this box, oh, that box is full of them. That box full to the brim of them. If anyone wants to make me an offer for them, then I don't have to go back to work. You know. Yeah, well, I did, Julie's. I did, and then for whatever reason, which I'm not even sure of, I went and bought one, and it just started me off again. Like, I think I was part of the midlife crisis I was having. But yeah, I'll dig the books out, yeah, because I did see them last week, but I put them in a drawer, and they're in a drawer over there in the corner, which I'll have to move about 2 ton of stuff to get to. But I'll show you the full books of all these. Every World Cup for the last 8 years. Brazil, Russia, all full. I don't know whether, do you reckon, Distat, do you reckon I should cash in on the full books? You think people on eBay will buy the books full, sticker books, or they'll buy these? Because, you know, somebody might as well have the enjoyment of them, you know, instead of I've probably got loads of Henrik Larssons, mate. I'll have the whole team. I don't know. There must be a couple of thousand in there, but I've been tugging at my heartstrings. Like, I know there's people who buy them, isn't there? It's one of them. It's one of them weird things that people collect, isn't it? Panini. There's just something about them. Smokey reckons I should keep them. I don't know. I might test the water out on eBay. I wouldn't know how to sell them. I don't know whether I'm not, I know, I know through experience, when you get close to filling a book, Panini let you order on the back of each album. They let you order, but they only let you order 50 stickers, right, per book. You know, say you only need 50, then you could actually buy them, but it costs you about 10 pence a sticker. But you get to finish your book, and I've had to do that a few times. Fred Little Larson. See, I know I've seen them. Some of the Ronaldo ones, the early Ronaldo ones, just for one sticker, worth a fortune. Fucking hell, Yeti. Mexico 86. Well, I've got the one before that, mate. Spain 82. You've got the likes of I can try to think of the England team now. Anyone remember the England team of 82? Try to think now. Anyone stick anyone in from the England team of 82? Oh, we've got Dean Lynch Ward in the house. Dougie's cousin there. We got the Dean Lynch Ward. Good to see you, Yeti, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. Still one of my favorite videos on my channel, that Yeti, what I clipped. And it wasn't given justice because it only got a few hundred views. But the way I clipped it, and I'm no clipper, right? I'm no Northern King. My clipping, if you look at my shorts, they are clipped from videos, yeah. I'm no expert, but the way I clipped that one, it was a 15-second section, I think it was, out at the live where you come on, and Louise was on panel as well. And I don't know, it was just a good 15-second clip. Fag and Ash, you need this, that? Fucking Fag and Ash. How much? 1982. Big up Alan, by the way. Panini Football 83. 82, the complete Premier League. Oh, that's the Premier League. And that's going for 168 euros. This is the World Cup, which I think will probably be worth a bit more, won't it? Surely. Has anyone chipped in with who? Yeah, Brian Robson, mate. Shilton. Yeah. Sorry, I'm missing these. Shilton, Robbo. Was Robbo playing in 82, was he? Might even be before Robbo, you know. Wherever Robbo is, Viv Anderson won't be far behind him. They teamed up at the Borough for they had a very successful. No worries, then, mate. No worries. You always watch it back, mate. I'm not going to do no dancing or no. I'm not going to do any flossing or anything today, mate. Brooke yep, I think you're talking now. You're talking Keegan. See, the women are chipping in here, guys. Come on. You got injured this, that, and even remember the World Cup, man. Who won it? Did Brazil win it in 82? Ray Wilkins. Cindy's got the actual magazine here. She's got the full sticker book as well. Who was the strikers? Who the England strikers in 82? I'm going to get the team up of 82. I England Football World Cup 82 team. Oh, isn't Google great, eh? So we were in Group B, West Germany. That's how long ago it was. You had West Germany. Wasn't even Germany. Steve Coppell. Nobody got Steve Coppell. Graham Ricks. Glenn Hoddle. Ron Greenwood was the manager. No, was he? Hang on, yeah, was he? Ron Greenwood. We have Peter Shilton, Ray Clemens, Joe Corrigan, Kenny Sansom, Phil Thompson, Terry Butcher, Phil Neal. Sorry, Van der. We'll get round to shopping vouchers in Scotland soon and be an expert at them. Just an old joke there with Van der. Back in the day. Remember them days, Van der? You know. Seems like many moons ago, doesn't it? Steve Foster. Correct me if I'm wrong, but my vision of Steve Foster, right, didn't he play for Brighton? Was that him with the headband when Brighton played Man United in the FA Cup final? Am I wrong there? Am I wrong? Keep forgetting we've got Scottish in here, you know. I won't mention Gaza. Which World Cup was it when, rest in peace, Craig Brown, by the way. I'd seen on the news last night, Craig Brown. Apparently, I mean, other than him being the Scottish manager and him never taking any backhanders or brown envelopes like Sam Allardyce, assuming he was a pretty decent bloke. And I think he was the longest serving Scottish manager, and I think he died yesterday or the day before. So respect to Craig Brown. Let's have a look. We've got our Alan B's on the case here. Wow. Don't know if I am surprised at that, you know, £925. Mate, it hasn't been touched. I can picture it in my head now, the full book, yeah. It's green. Sure, it's green. It's got a Spanier 82 across the top. And it's in this really old-fashioned yellow. It's like a Louis Vuitton, but it is Louis Vuitton, you know, from the 70s. This suitcase with two big buckles on it. Proper 70s style. And I'm opening it up now and I'm seeing school books from the 80s. I'm seeing this Panini full sticker book. And I'm seeing a drawing pad, right, from W.H. Smith's. It's purple. As I'm flicking the pages, I'm seeing drawings that I did when I was a kid of all drawings in like pencil of cartoon characters. How mad's that? This is what goes on in my head. And they're all in this suitcase. And if I find that, and I'm certain it's in my mum and dad's loft, which I've been in for 30 years, but if it's worth £925, Michael Jackson question. Anyway, let's get back to this team. Gary Mabbott, Alvin Martin, Viv Anderson, Russell Osman, David Watson. Yeah, man. Some team then, weren't there? Paul Mariner, yeah. Trevor Francis, Tony Woodcock. Cyril Regis, Peter With, Luther Blissett. You know what? You know what, OG, right? This is where it stands for me and like art. If you give me a pen, if you give me a pencil and a pad now and told me to draw a fish, right? A fish. You know what it would be? Literally, it would be, you know, when you do like an elongated egg on its side with like the tail would just be like 3 lines out, down, back up. There's the elongated egg with the three lines on the back for its tail, right? And maybe a few fins and a mouth. That's how far it goes, right? But if you put something in front of me, I can copy it perfect. If you put a cartoon, I used to love doing cartoon characters. Remember Hong Kong Phooey was one of them. I can just see the picture of Hong Kong Phooey. I hope I find that, because if I find that, I will dedicate, if I find that suitcase, right, I'll dedicate a whole life to going through this suitcase, and it'll blow the internet, as you can imagine. Yeah, but it's just, I've got a cousin who absolutely brilliant at art. He doesn't do it now for a living. He's a driving instructor, but I always remember he's a couple of years younger than me. It's absolutely brilliant, man. You know, just drawing anything. And it's a skill. Anyone who can draw from the head, not having something to copy of. I was going to say Rolf Harris, but Tony Hart. It's funny, isn't it? Isn't it funny how like Rolf Harris, we all know what he was, and he's dead now, isn't he? But we just got to mention in this. You got to mention in this room last night, Rolf Harris, for the simple fact we were watching a show, and there was a bloke on there. Me and Louise both said at the same time, "Fucking hell, it's Rolf Harris," right? Can't remember what show it was, but it wasn't Rolf Harris. It was somebody who looked like Rolf Harris. And I thought to myself, why would you want to look like Rolf Harris? You would change your hair, wouldn't you? You would definitely shave your beard off if you resembled Rolf Harris. There's a few people in here who resemble people in there. No, this that he's got a look of Max Wall. You know, Max Wall. He's got that where he's taking a loan out down the side of his hair. He's got the hair down the sides. And Cindy, are you some sort of football expert then, or what? What's with the? Where did you get that sticker from yesterday, or what made you remember that? What made you think of that? Because to me, it's not weird, but you know, I'm guessing that you're about guessing. I know it's rude to ask a lady like their age and that, but you've got to be the same age as me. What makes me laugh is, you know, when we talk about TV programs, I tell you, we used to always do it. Daryl Adams, my mate Daryl, yeah. Big up Daryl if you wherever you are. I know he's all right though. Everyone he did, I was got a few texts off him the other day, so he's all sweet. But Daryl used to always amaze me, right? Because Daryl's, I don't even think he's 40. I think he's got his 40th coming up this year or next year, right? So he's 39, right? Now I'm 50. So I've got 11 years on him, yeah. So when we used to do our lives, we used to have Daryl on the way around, and we got on about TV programs. And Daryl had come up with like, oh, remember Quantum Leap? And I'd be like, yeah, I remember Quantum Leap. People used to watch it when I was about 13. And it wasn't one of these shows that went on for years and years, right? So then when I thought about it, I thought, hang on, I was 13, so you were 2. You do watch it. How do you even know about Quantum Leap? And it wasn't just that one. There was loads of programs and stuff. And the way he got me, because I always used to pull him up on it, and the way he got me was he said, well, do you know any Beatles songs? I said, yeah, of course I do. He said, well, there you are. He said, you weren't even born when the Beatles were making songs, but you know them all. I was like, all right, I'll let you off. But I can't remember there being Quantum Leap being as big as the Beatles. Yeah, all the mad stuff that come out in the 80s. If you've got them, if you had the sense to look after them. But who does that though? Who does that? Who, when you're a kid, buys a toy, doesn't open it and thinks, in 50 years when I'm 55, that's going to be worth a fortune and I'll be able to retire. These people out there, though, do it. Remember them? You remember the cards when you used to go on holiday to Greece and that as a kid, or Spain? They had the little stalls on there, the little shops, the tobacco shops, and they'd have them naughty cards with the porno cards. And like you'd always try to have a little look, wouldn't you? Or remember the pens at school where you tipped it upside down and the woman's like bikini come off. And you'd be in school with one and everyone would be like, you got one of them pens, give a look. We'd be in class, go like this, and the teacher would be like, come here. Them pens, though, they were from France, weren't they? We went to France with the school. And we all had them come back with them pens and that. Like, the woman's bikini come off. Are we doing bright? Just got brighter in here. Yeah, I've seen you on Flavors there. I don't know. He's still on Flavors. He's flip flopping. Bright's flip flopping there, multitasking. Big up the Bright 77. Right. Are you aware when you're on a panel? I don't know who does this. I don't know whether it's the person, don't know whether it's Bright or whether it's Flavors, right? So you've got Bright 77 as your name, you've got your avatar, but under Bright 77, it says not so bright. Don't know if you were aware of that, mate. I think it's the host who does that, though. They can change them. They can change the names, can't they? It was a bikini one I remember, but yeah, they probably did. But the playing cards, they were always like proper disgusting, weren't they? You know, from like 70s porno. You know when the women like had big massive rugs, you know, proper big bushes. I don't know what you still have, Amory. I hope it's not what I've just mentioned there. That might have been bad timing, that. What do you reckon, OG? I didn't even mean to do that. Like, yeah, Bright is still on Flavors as panel at the minute. I've got him on the telly. Yeah, definitely a bit of gardening there. Get the strimmer out there. Well, thanks for that, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie straightening that out there. We had a minute of uncertainty there, Anne-Marie. Thanks for sorting that out there. That's what they were all about, though, weren't it? The 70s. I can remember, I'll tell you a little story. Just quick little, and it's not an anecdote. It's just, well, don't know, I suppose it is. So I was about, I think I was 13 or 14, living with my mum and dad. I had a sister, so she'll have been about 3 or 4, and it was your typical house coming from school. But every Thursday, you know, when your mum or your dad got paid on a Thursday, and you went and did a Thursday big shop, didn't you? You know, you went to Tesco or wherever it was. So now I used to go every week. Me and my sister would be there. You know, she enjoyed it, sitting in the trolley, and I'd be like 13, no phones back in them days. So you would just walk around, you know, got you out the house. I'd probably have my school uniform on. But anyway, round about this time, right? So I'm 13, 14, I was in secondary school. Somebody at school had a porno, yeah, a VHS porno, and it was going about at school. I was like, So I knew the lad who had it, right? He was a Turkish lad. He was called Fadil. Fadil, yeah, I remember him, Fadil. So I was saying to him for weeks, Fadil, man, can I borrow it? Can I borrow it, please? He was like, oh, so-and-so's got it. You can have it next. I was like, oh, please, mate. Anyway, this one day, right? He said, here, you can have it, but I want it back tomorrow. I said, oh, get in. But it happened to be a Thursday, right? So I had it in my school bag. Thursday, big shop night, isn't it? Big shop night. Thought, right, the VHS video is downstairs in the front room, yeah? I need to get out and go shopping. So, as every other Thursday, I'm in my school uniform. My dad gets in from work, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Right, get your shoes on. I was like, oh, do I have to? My mum was like, well, not really, you don't have to, but you always come shopping. I was like, oh, no, I'm just going to stay in it tonight. She didn't think anything of it. She's like, all right, yeah. Soon as they drove off, gets me VHS out, this video, can't remember what it was called. Right? Puts it in the video player downstairs in the front room, puts it in, chunks in a little bit, right? Gets it to play, and it's like, I'm not even kidding, it's one of these, you know, where it's black and white, it's all like lines all over it and that, but I'm like sat there like this for about half an hour, right? And then it just stopped. About half an hour in, it just stopped, right? I was like, fuck. Trying to press play on it, right? Anyway, it wouldn't do anything, right? So I thought, oh, fuck it. Pressed eject, right? I'm not kidding you, it wouldn't come out video, right? It wouldn't eject. Wouldn't fucking eject. I was like, my heart just sank, you know what I mean? I was like, please, you've got to eject. Like, God, if there's ever a God, this is when I need him. This video's got to eject. Anyway, half an hour later, right, I'm still there, sweat. I've got 2 knives in the side of the VHS video. Well, these are only new back in the day. Couldn't get it out, man. I couldn't get it out. I was in absolute turmoil. So I'm just sat there waiting for my mum and dad and my 4-year-old sister to come in with the shopping to tell them that I've got a porno stuck. I've got a porno stuck in the video recorder. Honestly, if my mum was here now, like, they're still here, but if she was sat with me now, she'd be laughing her head off, right? Because honestly, I would play it out. She'd come in and I was dead quiet and that. Like, she knew there was something wrong, and I said, not yet, Phil, mate, not yet, just snake bite, snaky. So I was like, Mum, got something to tell you. It's not good. Like, it's not good. She's like, what? I said, I've got a video. I've got a cassette stuck in the video. She went, oh, what you like? I said, what you like, man? She said, we're going to have to get somebody out now. Get that out. What is it? I said, oh, man. I said, Tony, a porno, man. She was like, oh, God. You've got a porno stuck in the video. And she was more worried about the person who would have to come out and get it out, looked at it before he got it out, got it playing before he got it out. She was more worried about the shame. And I remember when we had to get someone to come and get it out, and the first thing she said to him was, "It's not mine. It's not mine. It's my son's. It's my son's video." And when we got it out, right, you know what it was? Someone had put like where the top bit of the cassette used to flip up a little bit, but it had two like rivets in either side. One of the rivets had broke, so somebody had put like a fucking nail in it or something. So a nail had stuck out the side of this tape. Never lived that down. Like, it was worse than getting caught smoking. You know what I mean? It was probably did, haven't I? Oh, honestly, man, I never put another porn in my mum's video recorder ever again. Put it that way. I know that's what you should have done. You know what it is though, Jake? Back in them days, videos had only just come out, really. VHSs. It was people still had their Betamaxes, the big massive fucking things, top loaders, and their VHSs were a pretty new thing. Honestly, man, that was one of my worst things ever. Another one was when I got caught pinching. Right, I pinched a Twix on my dinner at the newsagents on my dinner from school. Everyone used to do it. Everyone was pinching, the newsagents and that. So I'd gone in and got this Twix, put it in my pocket, right? And as I was going to walk out, I noticed that the woman had seen me, right? I thought, she's seen me there. She has seen me. I was only about 13. I said, she's seen me. So if I'd have just thought about it, just put it back, nothing would have happened because, you haven't pinched anything that you've walked out the shop, have you? But stupidly, right? I thought, so you trick. So I left it in my pocket. I got out the door. All the school kids outside, right? Yeah. All the school kids outside. Got about 3 steps out this newsagent, big hand on my shoulder, pulls me back in. It's like, oh my God. Takes me out the back of the shop, says, the manager's like, sits me down, the manager's like, empty your pockets. I was like, oh. Took this Twix out. She went, you've just pinched that, haven't you? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. She goes, right. I want your home phone. I want your phone number. I'm going to ring your mum. I was like, you don't have to be ringing your mum, like, you know what I mean? It was only a couple of weeks before I got caught leaving a corner in me bloody VHS. I'm going to be in big trouble here. So anyway, right, I wouldn't give them my give them my name, right, but I wouldn't give them my phone number. So they rang the school up, got my home phone number, right? Rang my mum while I was sat at the back of the shop. They rang my mum on the phone, right? I was like, I can't believe this. So they rang her and they said, look, we've got your son here. He's been caught pinching. And my mum was like, no. She goes, he's been caught pinching a Twix. And my mum said, he can't have been. I put a Twix in his bait box. And she did. I had a Twix in my bait box, and she couldn't believe that I pinched another Twix. It wasn't the fact that I pinched, it was because it was a Twix. She never spoke to me for about a week after that as well. We all did bad things though. I'll never live that down now. You know, oh, gee, if you come in here again, right? I mean, you probably know Phil anyway. But that's the type of thing that I never learn, mate. I let things like this out. And for the next few months, it'll be the Twix and porn jokes will be like for the next few months. I think, oh, geez, I think, I think you two will bounce off each other anyway. I think you found a new home, oh, gee. Ministry. Ministry. How you doing, my mate? Long time no chat. You know, so me and Ministry, yeah? You tell you, I always mention it that I was there when he went on Expos. He knows the story. When on Expos dressed like the Grim Reaper. It's one of my good memories of YouTube, you know. Yeah, in a bit we have to go try and find the gate. Yeah, I'm telling you. Where did you go? Down in the bed. Well, we'll have to come with some story that we tried. Yeah. Right. So yeah, so that was my first meeting of ministry, yeah. And then I think was it Pablo's or Flavors? He got left on a panel on his own, like can't remember what it was, which one it was. But anyway, we go back a long way, and it's just where it's so we've both been going about the same time, started doing our lives and stuff, and so I've always followed ministry, but never ever get a chat with him. Like the the, the channels are similar, but ministry has a lot more drama on his channel. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously numbers are brilliant. You know, every time he goes live, you never know what's going to happen. It's sort of like it's like a cult channel, yours ministry. That's what I would call it, mate. I don't know if you agree. Bit of a cult channel, you know. You never know what's going to happen on there. But yeah, respect. But you know what? You've only got to look at one thing, right? You do not. You anyone who's in a band, yeah. And ministry used to be in a band. If you're in a band, you've got something about you, haven't you? You're on stage, you know what I mean? You know, you got to be a bit mental, you know. And he's seen it all, man, you know what I mean? Niggas stuck in a niggas, a marathon. There were marathons when I was a kid. I know, mate. I'm fucking bad at it. I'll never learn, Meister, man. I'll never learn, mate. That's what you get over here, though. You get it might be crap, but it's honest. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of some other quick. Did you all used to go camping out? Did you all used to tell your mum like on a week on a Friday? Did you used to say, "Oh, I'm staying at so and so's house," or but really you were camping out down the back, down the field? Man, why? Why? Five lads in a one-man tent, five 15-year-olds in a one-man tent in like September, you know, and you don't get the your Saturday's ruined, didn't it? Because you're going home on the morning, you've had a can of special brew, you've been sick all night, you stink of grass, you're soaking wet, and your Saturday's ruined. I used to do that all the time. Used to go pigeon. Then we're back in the days where people used to get milk delivered, you know. Come on here, man. Somebody's on one in the chat here. Yeah, I'm deciding whether to grow its beard or not. Like, I know, yeah. What's going on, mate? What's going on? Don't we need to stop timing people out, like? You still listening in, like, Slim? No, yeah, so people are, yeah. That's when you know you've made it, like. When you start getting problems in your chat, innit? Turning into ministry. Ministry, what have you brought? Slim, you're supposed to be entertaining your in-laws, but it's good that you've got one eye on the chat, mate. Yeah, whoever that is, yeah, just hold your horses, man. You know what I mean? There's no dramas. Threw me off my track there. The daughter's just come in there, like, so I say, it's, yeah, we've got to find this key. Like, I'm quite determined to find it, you know. I know. How do I do that? I know, Phil, yeah. It's not me, mate. There's something going on. Like, how do I do that? Can I do that? Whoever's doing it for whatever reason, right? Just chill for a bit. You know, I've got a few new faces. Oh, gee, yeah, man. Everyone's been fucking sweet today, right? I think I've done it. That's how Jim makes his entrance, man. You know what he's like. You can't just like knock and come in at him. I was thinking there, what the fuck is going on here? I've unhidden them. Sorry. There you go. There's your sorry all off Jim Bob. Jim's just getting excited now because he's only got a couple of days left till his holidays. Yeah, he's getting a little bit excited. So I think he's got quite a few weeks off, haven't you, Jim? I think he's got over a month off anyway. Who's he think he is, mate? I'd have been on the phone to the doctors today and got me next sick note in. be ready to pick up on Monday. And we'll say I haven't really nice one, OG. You get timed out everywhere, like OG. You know what? I only see you in a few chats out, but I'm going to have a little look in the Scottish lot, see what's going on up there. But yeah, I'm going to be getting another sick note. I've been keeping quiet about the work situation at the minute. Yeah, man, respect you, respect. Boy, you kidding on you? Kidding on you, OG. As much as he's want to be good mates on you, yeah. Fact knows that giving him a spanner, right? I tried that once with another fella. It didn't come out, but it didn't take long to go pear shaped. Still getting over it, man. Yeah, you and Fact probably. Also, you're on the par with Fact, are you? Fucking hell, that's some going that. I know, Dave. I know, mate. You know what? Like I say, right. This is nearly 8 weeks. It'll be 8 weeks on Monday. 2 month-long sick notes, yeah. It doesn't feel like 8 weeks. It feels like about 2 weeks. Absolutely flew over. I mean, 2 months ago, I still had me flat. I was working. I was stressed the fuck. I hated everything. 12-hour shifts, no sleep. And to think that, like, 8 weeks later, 8 weeks later, I'm no longer. I haven't got me flat. I'm living in another county full time. Don't know. It's a lot to take in. You know what I mean? I know that. I know what you said. I know exactly what you said. Like, but I'm not going to let that happen. Like, I'm not going to let that happen. You know, it just shows you what it shows to me is the fact that I needed just this time alone, 8 weeks, just to try and even get back to feeling normality. That's how long it took. 8 weeks. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? That's how I know that. That's how I know that how fucked up it was. You know. As Dave sending the love hearts there to OG. Yeah, he often does that, OG. You know, it just means he loves you. But he is a batty fish, you know what I mean? Yeah, Dave, mate, you know, I'll talk to you later. But that's all. That's what I'm putting it down to, like the fact that these 8 weeks have gone that quick, and to think that I was going to think of going back to work next week. Okay, now. Yeah, to think that, like, it's not on the radar at all. Like, but yeah, one one thing I said to Louise last night, right? So that I want to stay. I mean, I want to stay. Yeah. So I know this T-shirt did used to fit me. Yeah, this T-shirt used to fit me. One thing I do know is that, and this is right up to date, right? I got on the scales last night. For all of my life, the last 15, 20 years, right? I've never ever been over The most I've ever weighed is 83 kilograms, right? 83 kilograms, 5'11" and a half. So 83 kilograms is about right. But when you're working 12-hour shifts and you're going out golf balling every night, look, doing about 5 miles a day and 15,000 steps at work, you are going to keep the weight off. In the last 8 weeks, no lie, right? I got on the scales last night, 87.5 kilos. So I've put 4 kilos up, 4.5 kilos. Four and a half kilos I've put on in 2 months. But I think it's less than that though. I think it's probably more like that in like 3 weeks. Can you imagine? I've only been there. I've only sort of officially full time with Louise for a few days. So it could even be, there could be some sort of connection there. You know what I mean? Some people call it good living. No, but we were laughing last night. I was laughing saying this t-shirt used to fit me, man. Look at this. I said, got a half the portions. Got a half the portions, man. Bit of friendly banter going on in the chat there. You know what? It's totally fine. I don't mind a bit of banter chat. No fact can take it. I know G can take it. Is that what you are, Dave? Dave, you haven't had the white. I haven't seen you with a wife beater on as much. Like, what's going on there, like? No, Dave often used to rock the wife beater, like, didn't he? You know, it's that time of year, Dave, when you get the slasher out. "95 kg. I don't even think you're as tall as me, are you, Dave?" I'd definitely beat Dave over 100, but now 100 meters. Yeah, man. You's knowing here, man. You can have a bit of banter in here. You know it is right. Fact has been very quiet of late. I've noticed it, and I've seen him in other chats commenting like YouTube's got a bit boring, you know, it never used to be a laugh, which we all know. But facts used to be absolutely brutal, man. Absolutely brutal, you know what I mean? And he's like, I know, maybe like you say, maybe needs a new challenge, like. So what we all doing? What we all doing today? Daisy gone as well, hasn't it? You know the likes of Nutter, yeah? So my mate Nutter, his body clock gets him up at like 5 o'clock, I think, every morning. He's up at 5 o'clock. He's in his shed for 6 o'clock. He's wide awake. All my working life, when I was on early shift, my alarm used to go off at 5:05 for a day shift. 5:05 a.m. on the morning for 3 mornings. I can safely say in the last 8 weeks, I haven't had to set an alarm clock. Today's a perfect example, you know. Tuesday, over the last few weeks, I've had loads of stuff to do, you know, like I've always had something to do every day. I've only had a couple of days where I haven't had to do anything. Today, I had a few phone calls to make, like my little list, and I've done them. But I was awake When Louise went to work, I was awake, laid in bed for a little bit. I think I got up 10 o'clock. Is that bad? 10 o'clock? I haven't seen Lucas for a long time. Like, that was a big bit of beef, wasn't it, going on? Because Lucas, fact, you might know him, DSL, Scouser, I think he was. Well, I know he was a Scouser. It was one of them that, I was stuck in the middle there. I remember being on a panel. I think it was Shuggy. He was on Scouser's channel. Jumped on for a quiet chat with Scouser and ended up, Shuggy was on there and Lucas. Scouser didn't know who he was and let him on, and it just kicked off big time straight away, because them two have been at each other for a while. I don't know the full story, but usually I try to stay out of it, Yeah, I didn't know the full. Didn't follow all that story. I knew Lucas just through like we used to pop in Darrell's and whatever. But yeah, what was that about alarm clocks and that one? Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're on about getting lazy, aren't we, Dave? Saying I need to stop being lazy and that, you know what I mean? No way. No way. Was it? Never heard his name associated with that, like Dave. Fucking hell. He just had a kid and that as well, hadn't he? I know he had a bit of chew with Eddie as well, didn't he? Eddie didn't used to get on with Eddie that much. Fucking hell. I didn't know it was him, like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Yeah, but yeah, I'm well aware of the not getting lazy thing, because I've never been lazy. I do have the odd lazy day. I can have the day where I lay in bed watching crap all day. It was him. Hell. Jimmy, how we doing? Jimmy, you all right in the chat there, mate? Keep it mellow. Chopper, how you doing, Chopper? How's it going, my mate? Chopper, what's with the name change, fella? Chopper Reed, oh, get you. Chopper Reed, man. We've all seen the film Chopper, haven't we? Great film, that, like. One of them films back in the day, wasn't it? He does have a big chopper as well, doesn't he? In one of the scenes, he's at the bar and he gets his chopper. It's his shlong out. It's about 10, 12 inches in it. You're off, Dave. I'll catch you later, right, Dave? Don't work too hard, mate. I know you won't anyway, but don't work too hard. Yeah, that's one of the things about what I am well aware of, like not getting too comfortable, not working. I think I did have it in my head where I was going to get out looking for the balls and that a lot more, but it's hard at the minute because the simple fact that it doesn't get dark enough till about 11 o'clock. And obviously Louise has got work the next morning. We've got the daughter, so we can't really, she can't leave. I'd have to go on my own, which, let's face it, I think last time I went on my own was last winter, where I did it on that live. I was shit scared, and that was with me on a live. It was only about 7 o'clock. Imagine walking around that course that I'd hardly even know at midnight on my own. So didn't really think about that one. But ideally, I would do something. I always say I like to have a list of stuff to do. We've got a big hedge out the front there that's dying to be, it's twice a year trimming. But I need some of them. Need some of them garden shears, the electric ones. Yeah, man. I know it was all true that, wasn't it, Chopper? He's dead now, isn't he? He died last year, I think, didn't he? I've seen, or recently anyway. Jimmy's still a bit of he's still a bit of a quiet taste in the old Jimmy. Old Jimmy. You know what? I said to him, and I might have been wrong. I said to him a couple of months ago that he's got this image. He's got this image. He has been about for a long time. He's got a few thousand subs, but it's in the title. And Nick Grass's nonsense exposed GNE. My advice to him was you need to change your name, and because you're just going to get shit all the time on here. But as long as there's grasses and there's nonsense and wrongins out there, which he is, then he's not going to, is he? And that's the way I see it. That's what he's. If that's the title of his account, that's what he does. So I'll let it go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you know what? So this hedge just out the front, it gets, you know what privet's like, don't you? It doesn't grow for ages in the winter, and then in the summer it just looks like it's grew about a foot every day. So Louise used to pay a guy, I think, and she actually knew the guy. She used to pay him like £40 to do this hedge, and he used to go and do the other side of it, which is in next doors. But we used to give him £40, and he was there about half an hour. And I'm thinking, fucking £40 for half an hour? That's £80 an hour. Who the fuck gets £80 an hour? And then I went to, I looked in B&Q and that, and you can get the fucking electric ones for about 40, 50 quid, proper good set. Common sense, isn't it? But we haven't yet though. We haven't bought any yet, but it has been talked about the last few days. So that's going to be one of my jobs. But that's what I mean, stuff like that. A couple of days a week, I wouldn't mind doing like a bit of craft like that just to keep me in the loop. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's Chopper. I don't see him much now, Chopper. I'd watch a bit of Jude. Like I try and catch Jude once or twice a day. I don't know. I don't know what. No, Jude's Jude, isn't he? I'll take Jude however he comes, and he's different from day to day. But I hope he's all right anyway, and I hope he gets to where he wants to be, or what his mission is. What his mission is. A little bit of petty. It's like them strimmers, isn't it? Petrol strimmers. They're my dream. Them, the ones where you have the harness on your back, what the council have. Just destroy anything in front of you. You've got no wires to think about, have you? That would be my ideal job. That I think Smithers had one on last week. He had like a couple of grass verges that got out of hand outside where he works. So once a year he sticks a strimmer on. I was like, oh, give us a go at that. We haven't got many people chatting now. Like, Jimmy, what have you done? It's always mad that when you go and chat and you see like 20 odd people and there's only like 2 or 3 people chatting. Freaks you out a little bit. Well, yeah. Qualified gardener, yeah. Big word that for this channel, OG. Horticulturist. Landscape gardeners. So he looks like Jimmy's making friends there in the chat with our mate Chopper. I tell you what, I've got to get used to when you do these lives. I know I always put my camera on. Well, 90% of the time I put my camera on, yeah. Even when I've got a dodgy beard like this, or Louisa's glasses on, fucking Nutter's flat cap. When I was in the studio back at the flat, which was my son's bedroom, basically, or he had this expensive computer chair. Oh, so comfy, man. Now I'm getting now where I'm sat now, I'm on the sofa. So I'm sat with my back up like that. Oh my God, I feel my back. Lord, I try and get up here after 2 hours. But I've got to go and stretch my legs in a minute, so I'll be wrapping this up in a minute. But yeah, I want to shout out to Monk as well, who was in earlier. A couple of people have commented. He's now moved into his shed. And I don't know what he's done. He's like, but you know, a lot of these lives, people, it makes it better for people watching, you know, if they've got something to look at. And what somebody said the other day, oh, I like to set up. I tell you it was Armchair Arthur. Well, he's one of the experts because his setup is great, you know, the black and white thing with the suit, the glasses. And I think it was Monk's Live last night where Armchair Arthur, who you don't see much of, popped up in his chat and said, oh, loving the garden shed vibe and all that. And like, I was going to say the same, but he beat to it. But yeah, got a good little thing going on there with the music, and that's what that's what a lot of these lives are about, you know, what like identifies you, you know what I mean? Like I had a couple of Borough tops on the wall. They had one of them light things, you know, the thingy lights. Yeah, man. I think you put a video out, didn't you? I haven't watched it yet. Put a new video out. Couple of minutes long. They're normally pretty good at. Must be on a bit of a sabbatical, I think. Oh yeah, you should try that, shouldn't you? Try it. What else we're going to do as well? We're going to get some panels going as well, Slim. You know, we're going to, you know, anything more than like, it doesn't happen very often on this channel, but we have had like lives where I've had like 6, not very often, but 6 or 7 people on a panel, and visually for somebody passing by, you're going to stop it. You're more likely to stop on a channel where there's loads of people on the panel, as long as it's not just shouting over each other. But it is hard work as a host. It's hard work to keep on top of it. but definitely want to start getting a few people on the panel, you know, a few new people, get some topics going. So get back to a bit of normality, and we'll see what's popping off. But for now, we're going to wrap it up. No flavors are still on there. I'm going to go in there now and have a pop at a few people who haven't been in here, even to say hello. Leslie being one of them. Quaver. Simo, they're all in there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go and have a little go at them, and I'm gonna put my shoes on, or my wellies, and we're gonna go and look for this lost rud darkie. So till next time, people. Nice one for coming in, everyone. Sorry about the timing out there thing there. It was only a mistake, as you know. And we'll play it out with this one, the old favourite.
This is for all
Till next
the
time,
losses,
people.
all the gangster girls. Just remember, Buzzcocks losing. All the losses in the world, I think you're pure course. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low. Walls and cake are really big, all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. I met this lass from Whitley Bay. I took her to me house cause she wanted to play. She was like, "Wow, you're pure Raj." I was like, "Yeah, let her see your fudge." Cooks and tellers, you always broke back. But he said you didn't like it when he made your neckies walk. Gangster, gangster, I'm a pure lover. I wear the fuck you wrong cause I think I know your mother. She used to be a dinner nanny at the high school. I think I made her put her, so that's kinda cool. She said, "Well, that's pure kush. You can come back to mine cause you're proper lush." Well, I didn't stop rocking till the break of dawn. Now I take the fucking lot on my mobile phone. She was like, "Well, they didn't show you mirrors." I was like, "Course I won't, man." All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low. Walls and cake are really big, all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. Well, yeah, I met a lass from Walker Gate. She had a top-notch funny, there was no debate. She had no front teeth, but she was better. I took her for a date at me local bushella. I left her slips on me Spectra Gold. After a few minutes, her legs started to unfold. She ripped off her niggas like Hulk Hogan. I was like, "Well, you're pure smoking." I've never met a lass like her before who loved getting rooked on a bus stop floor. She said I'm not the first and I won't be the last, so I thought, well, fuck it, I think I'll have a blast. So I'm halfway through and she starts gang crackers, shouting out stuff like I'm gonna eat your knackers. She wanted me Benz, but I thought, fuck that, so I pulled out me knob and blotted on her back. All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are low. Walls and cake are really big, all the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. Oh well then lasses, let's see who's all up on the dance floor. Flush your gear for the lads. I am talking